Hi everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are doing really very good, and thank you all once again for subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. So as you all know that every time I come up with new topics which will help you guys to immigrate to Canada and settle down fast in Canada. So my today's topic is really very important to anyone who is planning to move to Canada really very soon, because today I'm gonna discuss about how you can find accommodation in Canada. So when you're new or you're coming to Canada for the first time, it's really gonna be very difficult for you guys to find an accommodation, because most of the time people here are insecure that or if you don't have a job, they'll be scared that you might leave the country and they'll again have to hunt for somebody to rent out their place. So to start with, I'll first give you a brief about what are the kind of accommodation you can look at when you're planning to move to Canada. So as a new immigrant, the cheapest thing that you can find in accommodation is to live in a shared space, or you can say a shared accommodation, where you will share your living space with one, two, or more people in the same house. So there are a lot of condos or apartments where you can share the place with another roommate. So I think it's ideally good for single person, because then it's easy because you have your roommates and you won't feel lonely, and it also is really cheap when you look at the entire budget. So the shared accommodation is really cheap, and it's advisable for anybody who is coming on a student visa. So mostly you can find a shared accommodation in a budget of $500 to $1,000, depending on what is the place, like is it a condo or apartment or basement, and also depending on what location you are renting the place. Like if you go towards downtown Toronto, it would be really costly, but if you are in outskirts, it can be even cheaper. So yeah, this is about the shared space. The next cheap accommodation option is basement. So guys, if you're coming with a family or as a couple, then and you are looking at something that is cheaper, you can look at basement. So there are a lot of detached home here, and generally they have a basement which is well done, well maintained, and they rent out this basement to immigrants or anybody who is looking for a cheaper accommodation. The basements are a cheaper option, but they are a bit colder, and if you are coming with a kid and stuff, it can be difficult because I have a kid and I know that like my kid makes a lot of noise. So it is not so much of privacy when you are in a basement. So yeah, it's a cheaper option, but yeah, not the best one, I would say. And you can get a basement in the range of $1,000 to $1,500, again depending on what area you are living in. So yeah, basement is the second option. The third option is you can live in rental apartment. So rental apartment, I would say, is comparatively a better option, because you have your own space, you have your own privacy. But again, the disadvantage is there, you get shared laundry. You generally don't have dishwashers, so it's a lot of effort. So yeah, but budget wise it's really good, and new immigrant can easily get rental apartments. So that's another option that you can consider, and it is generally between the range of like $1,400 to $1,800, depending on what location it is. If it is closer to the subway, if it is near downtown, or if it is like far, it really depends on a lot of factors. Yeah, but it's a better option. Okay, so guys, the next option is condo. It's more of on a luxurious or a costlier side, because it has all the modern features and amenities, like you have like swimming pool, sauna, gym, everything in your building. And guys, it's generally a little bit difficult to get into condo, because when you are planning to rent a condo, they will ask for either your employment certificate or your last pay stubs and stuff like that. So it's a difficult option when you are new to this country. Or there is one more option. If you want to rent a condo, you have to pay like 6 months advance rent, so it's gonna be a little bit higher side, you have to give away your savings in this. So I don't know if you are coming as a new immigrant, if you want to invest so much in the beginning. But yeah, condo is a very luxury option. If you want to not compromise on your standard of living, it's really a good option. Guys, condos range anywhere between like 1700 to 2500 depending on what is the area and what is the location of the condo. So yeah, depending on what is your requirement, if you don't want to compromise on your lifestyle, condo is really a very good option to rent when you are a new immigrant. But yeah, it will be heavy on your pocket, so you can make the decision. Guys, the next option is you can rent a complete detached home. So if you're coming as like 2-3 families, or if you're coming like 6-8 students together, this will be a very good option because relatively they are costlier than condos. But if you're sharing with other people, it can get a lot comfortable. You have a lot of privacy, you have a backyard, and you know, it's a huge space. So it can be a really very good option, but it's generally very costly. It can range you know, from anything from 2200 to 3000 or $4000 depending on size and location of the place. So yeah, depending on what is your need, you can decide on what kind of accommodation you're planning to rent. So guys, now that you know what all accommodation options you have when you land as a new immigrant, it's very important to know that you know what all things you should consider while you are deciding on the accommodation. So especially if you are coming with a family, it's very important to know that, you know, if there are like daycares around or schools around the accommodation. So you have to do a thorough research before you are finalizing on any accommodation. Even for that matter, if you are coming as a student or on PR or on work permit, it is really important to know that, you know, if you have the subway connectivity around your place, because you know, initially you won't have car, so you have to take up public transport. So you have to make sure that there is public transport connectivity to that place. You have to make sure that there are like grocery stores like Freshco, No Frills or Costco, etc. Near your place, so that you can save a lot on grocery. Because if you shop from a very expensive stores like Loblaws or Sobeys or stuff, it's gonna be increasing your overall budget. So guys, it's really important for you to check a lot of things before you plan and fix the accommodation here in Canada. So guys, I don't want to make this video too long, but I would just say what are the sources where you can look for the accommodation, you know, other than brokers, because that is gonna be very difficult and very costly even when you are a new immigrant. So you can look for options on Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace, because there is where, you know, you can find or meet direct owners and you can get it at an affordable price. And secondly, there are a lot of Facebook groups like Indians in Toronto or you know, Indians in GTA. So you know, there are a lot of groups where you can find a lot of Indians who are residing in Canada. I would give some links in the description, so you can go through that. You can join those groups, and you know, whenever you are planning to land here, you have to just write a post that you are planning and what is your requirement, so that, you know, if anybody who has an accommodation available, they can get directly in touch with you. And guys, there is one more very important option. So you know, when you are immigrating, just try and get in touch with the people who are in your community, your religious background. Like, you know, if you believe in temples or mosque or gurudwaras, just try and visit those places, because you can get a lot of links from those places. Plus, you know, there are a lot of groups, WhatsApp groups of your religious communities also. So you know, in case you visit those places, you come to know about these groups, and you know, you can put your requirement or share your need on this group, so that the people of your community would be more than happy to help you when you are new. So guys, yeah, just try to build network as much as possible. Just try and, you know, do it the other way around rather than going through a broker or any websites like condos.ca, because all the brokers are registered on that website. So I would like to share my story with you. We landed here in October, and we had booked an Airbnb for like a month because we knew it wasn't easy for us to find an accommodation as soon as we land, and we did not have anybody whom we can rely on or where we can stay for like a couple of days once we land here. And we started hunting for a house. So we had a friend here whom we knew when we were in India. She had told a lot about the area she's living in, the building, the condo she was living in, and there was like a lot of good stuff that she said about that area. It was closer to all the grocery stores, it had all the subway stations closer, so it was again a very good point. So we thought that we'll plan and take a condo in the same building so that it's convenient, as we had a daughter and we knew nobody. So we started looking for a place through brokers. But one thing I noticed is, even if you are going through a broker, the homeowner won't be very comfortable because you are a new immigrant. They will ask for your job letter and stuff. So when we were new, both me and my husband, we did not have a job. So it was difficult for them to trust on us. They were not sure if we would be able to pay the rent, even if we were agreeing for like 6 months advance rent. We were tired looking for a condo. So I decided that I'll try some other sources as well. So I started looking for condo options on Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace, and luckily I got this condo where we are right now staying at a very reasonable budget, because the same place, if I was looking through a broker, in the same building, he was showing us condos of around 2300 or 2400 or even 2500 for that matter. But through Kijiji I was able to get it in 2100 because it was directly to the homeowner, and there were no brokers involved. They did not have to give any commission to the broker, so they gave it to us on a very reasonable rate. So guys, rather than going through a broker initially, especially when you are new, just try going through such informal ways, on WhatsApp or Facebook groups, or touch base with people in your community. Then it would be really very easy to find an accommodation here in Canada. So guys, I think I have tried and given as much as information possible in this video, but if you have any questions or you want to know in detail about any of these things, you can just text me on Instagram. I have also shared a lot of videos related to life in Canada and immigration videos, which will be really very helpful. So guys, please go watch those videos and do subscribe to my channel. And if you think that this video has helped you in any way, please like this video and share it with your friends. I'll see you again in my new video. Till then, bye.